Praise be the water gods once again have smiled upon the weird family and deigned for it to rain. Greetings and welcome to Sheltered and the survival of the weird family, which continues apace. Nancy has just leveled up. Nancy, of course, being one of the adoptive members of the family, having sort of come in from the outside. She's not quite 100% loyal yet, but she is getting there. Accept transmission. Janitor base, we found something in the small house. Yes, what have you found in the small house? We'll take the fuel. We'll take one fuel anyway. We'll take some of the rations. We'll take the leather, and the rest of it is junk, so we'll leave it behind. Excellent. Michelle here is actually looking pretty loyal as well. Why don't you read a book twice? Double down on the book reading. Also, we do need to repair the water filter, so you know what? Nancy can do that. Take a suit, Nancy, once you've finished cleaning, and then you can go outside and fix things. Accept the transmission. Hi, this is Laura. I found a small house out in the wasteland. Yep, check that out. We do have two teams out in the wasteland at the moment. Janet and Laura are out checking out this little town here called whatever it's called, Pot Toft, something like that. And Walter and Jonas, having been all the way out to Brookthwaite for the first time and having checked out a medium house, a school, a small pharmacy, and a florist, actually they missed a number of locations. See, when I don't explicitly click on everything, they're constantly radioing in saying, hey, we've seen that in the distance. Shall we go and investigate? And I'm like, no, it's fine. I've given you specific orders to visit all of those places. You'll get to it in due course. When I just give them a straight out, like do a little triangle and straight back, they just ignore half the places that they got near. I'm not impressed, Walter and Jonas. I'm not impressed at all with what you have done there. I'm obviously going to have to go back to the original method of just manually placing all of the places that people have to go to and just making sure that they follow their orders. Follow your orders, people. Andy, why don't you do a little bit of maintenance here? Incoming transmission. Laura to base. We've found something at the small house. What have you found? Anything good? The circuit board could be useful. We'll actually start doing something with all of this stuff very soon. I know we've just been kind of like gathering supplies. I think that's kind of what you have to do. We don't need the fuel. We don't need the coal. Let's put the coal back and take the circuit board. That's a good trade. Day 24. Michelle has increased their intelligence. Her intelligence, as the case may be. The boys are back in town. Nancy is going to put a suit on, and then she's going to go outside to fix the water filter, and ultimately the oxygen filter as well. Let's accept the transmission. Hi, this is Janet. We found a small house in the wasteland. Search it. Octopi. How much meat is there? Why don't you go and eat some meat, and then we'll go and harvest Matey Boy out here. Boys return, laden down with cool stuff from beyond the realm. Michelle is just ready to go straight back out. We don't really have enough water. Location searched. 4. A measly 4. But still, we brought back some rubber, which will be useful. Some plastic, other bits and pieces. No rope, though. We really need rope. We need 2 pieces of rope to do this upgrade. It's quite frustrating. Laura to base, we found something at the small house. Is it rope? No, it's just more nylon. And leather. I mean, these are both useful things. Absolutely. Nylon and leather. But I just want rope. I just want some rope. We want this hinge as well. Why don't we put back the duct tape? Let's take the hinge. Confirm. All is well. Walter, why don't you take a shower because you seem to be desperately in need of it. Jonas is just going to go to bed. Fine, you do that, Jonas. You're then going to have to take a shower afterwards. Got a dust storm going on outside. Not ideal. Octopi, getting a little bit thirsty. Go and add some fuel to the generator. And, oh look, we've got a journal entry. Day 24. This place is pretty much hell on earth. But it's always nice to see a person with a smile on their face. That was quite a stressful outing. I feel really sorry for that poor soul we bumped into. He looks so sick. Guess that's what happens when you drink too much dirty water. Indeed, I'm sure it is. Fortunately, we drink lovely filtered water. which we are currently maintaining the water filter because it did get a little bit, just a little bit, a teeny bit clogged up with filthy, radioactive, horrifying dust, which may or may not cause mutation at some point down the line. Once you're finished with that, Nancy, why don't you fix the other outside bit? Look at this. Everyone's just standing around. You want to go and, like, get a toy and see what happens? Just because we've not done it before? Andy, why don't you see what you can craft here? What can we craft? We can expand the base. Oh no, we can't expand the base, but we can craft some cement. We kind of want to avoid things that we're going to do a tier 3 of soon, so there's no point in making more beds. There's no point in making more satchels. There's no point in making like a toilet or anything like that. I suppose you could paint a bit. Should we do like pink paint at the end of the corridor? Or red? Or white? It's going to be the orange level. You know what? I think it's just going to be the orange level. I think we look a bit better like that. You know, just orange along here. Maybe like the very end can be bedrooms, and we can have that as like a different color just for beds and bedroom stuff. Possibly, I don't know. We could do a rearrangement to make that be the case. Nancy, once you're done with that, oops, hold on. Harvest this trap here. Did you fully repair that? You did. Everything's fully repaired. Everyone just continue performing admirably. The snare trap has been harvested. We got 5 meats and some leather. Michelle, we were kind of looking at crafting options. We could craft a light. We've got bulbs and wiring. Like, maybe somewhere. Oh, look, if we craft a light here, it's above the bookshelf. People might read a little bit quicker and not get so much eye strain as they're reading. Of course, we could always have just moved the bookshelf along here to there. But what can you do? Why don't you return the suit? Oh, hold on. What does this upgrade cost us? It costs us hinges. We can't afford hinges right now. Durability. I don't really care about durability and resistance. I don't know if I should do, but I just don't. It just doesn't... Like, we can just maintain it. It's fine. Whenever it gets a bit damaged, we just send someone out to maintain it. Likewise, over here, look, we can upgrade the generator, but what? Like, capacity? Increases the amount of fuel that can be held in the generator? Do we just keep putting fuel in it when it needs fuel? Durability increases the durability of the generator. We just repair it when it needs to be repaired. The only thing maybe is efficiency, but we have fuel coming out of, like, you know, our backsides. Besides, look at the number of valves it takes. It's crazy. Let's not do that. Let us not do that. What about the doors? We can upgrade the doors, look. To a level 2 door, we need more metal. We need 15 metal, and also hinges and pipes. Hinges, pipes, metal, right. And rope. These are the things that we need to collect en masse if we can. Also, we need it to rain again, because we only have 2 water left. Uh-oh. We have but 2 water left in the thing. Can we craft another water butt? Is there a tier 3 water butt? There's no tier 3 water butt. So look, let's craft a medium water butt. We'll put it down just there. And that'll just give us a little bit more water carrying capacity when it does rain, so that we can kind of like have a higher reserve level that we can sit at. It looks like we're going to get another stag. Look, as soon as we harvest one, another one wanders along. I suppose in the absence of people, right, wildlife kind of, you know, re-establishes itself, tolerant to the horrific conditions of the outside world, the wasteland in which people are struggling to survive. Andy, why don't you go and craft some cement? Octopi, why don't you go and craft some cement? There we go. Jonas, you kind of need to have a shower, but I'm just going to have you read a book for now, because we don't have any water for a shower. Or rather, we do have water, but it's probably more important that people save that for drinking rather than, you know, washing themselves. Just saying. It's probably a more important thing to avoid dying of thirst. Octopi, crafting away there. I think Nancy might actually be drinking the last of our water reserves. Oh no, she's just standing about. She's a bit tired. Why don't you go and have a sleep, Nancy? Octopi, you can craft Another shelter room. Look, we can actually go down a level. I think we might have to craft a ladder for that. If we craft a ladder... No. Escape. What if we go craft a shelter room, and we're going to open up the next layer down, the next level down. Let's put it over here, look. And we'll have the ladder down right at the... just, I suppose, like here. I don't know why I put it there exactly. It probably would have been better to put it right up against the wall and leave myself a bit more space. Oh, there's rain on the surface! Yes! Praise be the water gods once again have smiled upon the weird family and deigned for it to rain. And look, Laura's back as well. And Octopi is busy crafting the ladder and indeed a new shelter room. He's adding a whole other level to the shelter. I'm sure his parents will be enormously impressed with his general forthrightedness in just building a whole new level on the base. I mean, it's a pretty extreme thing for somebody to do, but good nonetheless. Alright, we've got lots of new stuff here. Stick all of that in our reserves. Confirm. Done transferring items. Laura has increased the perception. Is everyone back, by the way? I think everyone is back. I think we kind of need to send people out before they start to suffocate. Let's set up an expedition. Who is good to go out? Laura can go straight back out, actually. So, sorry, you're going to have to, Laura. Who else is in a good position to go out? Walter is pretty good for going out, look. What's he? Strength 5, intelligence... Yeah, alright, so Laura and Walter are going to go, I think. Oh, Michelle is also in a fairly good condition to go out. You know what? Let's cancel that. Let's send out nobody from the core family. Look, Walter, Strength 5, and Michelle... Where are you? Michelle, Strength 6 are going out on we don't have any water. Oh, we have 16 water. We're going to have to wait for a few more moments for the water butts to fill up. Come on, 16. Who's using up the water? Stop that. Stop using up the water. Where's Michelle? Janet. It's really hard to select people sometimes. Michelle is sleeping. That's fine. And Walter is just standing about. That's also fine. What are we up to? 20, 21. Maybe, Laura, you can take a suit and just go for a walk. Just to take a little bit of stress off of the base. What are we up to now? 24. Are people going to start getting sick if we don't have enough, like, oxygen capacity for people? Kind of think they might do. 26, 27. I'd like to send them... I'd like this to be the big expedition to the big city. Like, I think that could be... It could be the time, but we need like a minimum of about 60 water for that. It's quite a lot. Jonas... Why don't you just come down here for a second? Michelle... 37... With 38, keep raining. It's not really raining that hard. If it doesn't keep raining for very much longer, we might have to rethink like a long expedition and just send them out on a brief one. 43 water. 44. Can we just check this vehicle? What have we got? Just 2 tires. That's it. Laura, return the suit. We really are. There's just too many of us in here at the moment. There's just too many. I think the cat is hungry. Water's up to 51. Keep going for a little bit longer. 54. 55. Somebody feed the cat. Fill the cat's bowl. 60. Alright, let's send out the expedition. I think that's enough. 60 is fine. 60 is okay. Michelle, it's you and Walter. Walter. Okay, good. So we're gonna go to the big city. We're gonna make the trip down to the town of China. So go, I guess, like to here. I think that's the most coverage. I may be wrong, but I'm hoping we'll hit all of these locations. 57 of our 60 water. I really hope it continues to rain really quite a lot once we've sent these people off. Michelle, you are the stronger of the two, so why don't you take the baseball bat? You're a little bit under strength for it, but... Oops. But I'm sure it'll still work for you. Also, take a gas mask and equip a satchel. Next, Walter, you can take a gas mask and a satchel. and a rock with which to bash people, if indeed there are people in the big city in need of bashing. Alright, party. Off you go into the wasteland. Are you sure you're going to send a party into the wasteland? Of course I'm sure. Otherwise, the only other option is for them to stay in the base and slowly suffocate as we provide insufficient oxygen for everybody's needs. Andy, this bed needs fixing, even though we have somebody asleep in it. Go and deal with that. Jonas, you can do a little bit of painting, I think, because we have painting that is in need of happening. Should we change the colour? Let's change the colour. We'll have it like switch to like yellow here at the very end. Just because we can, we shall. The rain continues to fall. We're now... It's okay. We can kind of relax a little bit now. What are we at? We're at 19 of 120 water, so we'll just kind of like let that build up until hopefully it'll cap out. I mean, that would be absolutely awesome if it kept raining until that caps out. We'll send out another expedition only when this gets up to a nice healthy amount, a nice healthy high amount. Otherwise, for now, everyone can just hang out in the shelter, make it look pretty, you know, paint it, build new rooms, generally make it all more impressive and amenable to the continued survival of the weird family, which at the end of the day is the reason why we are here on day 25. Look at that. There's only like 5-6 days left in the month, depending on how long the month is. Andy, what are you doing? Why don't you craft another bit of paint here? Look, there we go. Paint that. Paint it all up. I guess like the adults can just read books to improve their like intelligence or charisma, as I think is what happens. Jonas, you can start. Look, read 2 books. Read 2 of the many books that we have collected. They're probably absolute classics, like you know, Gone with the Wind. The War and Peace. War and Peace. You know, who hasn't read War and Peace? Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Now there was a book. If I could only have one book in an apocalyptic era, then the Lord of the Rings, the complete, you know, like 3-book book, would definitely be the way that I would go. Nancy, fix the shower after you've just used it, and like whatever it is that you've done to it has left it in need of repair. Jonas, Walter, we've spotted somebody in the distance. Do you want us to try and talk to them? Sure, why not? Alright, you know what? Why did I do that? They haven't got anything to trade. There's no point. There's just no point. Hey, who are you? We don't have anything to trade, so we'll ask to trade anyway, because why not? Winners just know how to make the best of failure, and you are one failure I intend to capitalize on. Yeah, or not. There we go. Sorry about that. My bad. We should have just carried on by. Good. Let's just pretend that didn't happen, shall we? How much meat have we got in the freezer? We've got 8 meat in the freezer. We want to eat that up so that we can go and harvest. Janet is in need of a shower, so why don't you go and take a shower whilst it's raining? 66 of 120. This is all good. This is all good. Look, Andy, having like made some food, has just left something on the floor. Just like dumped it on the floor by the cooker. Andy, learn to clean up after yourself. Seriously. Laura, also in need of a shower, is going to have to wait, unfortunately, for that. Or is she the one? No. Is somebody gone in actually in to have a shower? I think there is somebody in the shower. Laura is just going to wait. Like, standing around by the shower, tutting, probably, checking her watch, sighing from time to time, and so on and so forth. And that is where we're going to have to leave her, waiting on the shower as you wait for another episode of Sheltered. If, of course, you're interested in another episode of Sheltered. If you are, then, well, it will be coming in due course. But until then, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later. And it would be truly a just thing if he got the kill. Nice work, Herman. Good work, my man. The kill is yours. You may just stay here now, like collapse basically on the ground, absolutely shattered, but content. So only one orc left. Jaws goes tearing in there, just eats him. Jaws just roars in there and eats the fleeing orc young, taking his head for the team. Hans the creature has been wounded. He's going to take a little bit of time to heal, but